Here's a quick and easy way to make nice low poly tires in Blender. We're not even going to waste time with an intro, so let's get right into the video. So step number one, we're going to have to go to Google Images and type in tire tread texture, and you're going to look for an image that looks something like this. So this is a black and white image, and we got a couple of different patterns for tires. You can pick any one you like. If you want to, you can even try to draw this up yourself. Maybe you can use AI to do this if you want something specific. But anyway, we're going to go with this image right here because it has a nice resolution. I'm going to put the link for this image down in the description. We're going to open this image up in a new tab, and then right click save this image to your computer. Now you're going to notice that this image has some watermarks here. This is a problem for us. Of course, this means you have to purchase this image instead of using watermark remover IO. And once you acquired a version of this image which does not have any watermarks, now we have to turn this into a normal map. And there's a couple ways you can do that. The simplest way is to visit this website called normalmaponline.com. Here you can load up your image and adjust some of the settings here and turn it into a normal map. Or you can use pretty much any image editing program on earth. Over here I'm using PaintNet. I got a special add-on which allows me to turn images into normal maps. I like this option better because it allows me to make some adjustments to the image before I can turn it into a normal map. For example, in this case, I want to take this color that I have on the pattern and I want to use that to create a little bit of extra padding on the outside of this pattern like this. And then once I do that on both sides, I'm also going to increase the contrast of this image to make it completely black and white because that's just going to work a little bit better. And I'm going to add a little bit of blur because that's going to make the normal map work just a little bit better. And then I'm going to turn this into a normal map. Now you can probably do this in Photoshop or, like I said, any other image editing program on earth. And once we have a black and white tread texture and the normal map, now we're ready to go into Blender. So in Blender, this is what we're going to do. It's pretty simple. We're going to start by adding a cylinder, and that cylinder has to have 128 vertices. The reason we're going with 128 because the default 32 is a little bit too low poly. It doesn't look very round and smooth. And the reason we're using 128 and not something like 130 is because 128 is very easily divisible by numbers like 8, 4, and so on. And that makes it very easy to split this object into quarters and eighths, so we can only work on one section. And as you will see in a couple of seconds, we can use the array modifier to copy that little section and turn that into a full circle, so we don't have to work on the entire circle. We can just work on one section. It's going to be a little bit easier that way. Anyway, we're going to flip this cylinder sideways on the x-axis like this and scale it down on the y-axis to make it roughly the shape of a tire. And now you probably want to take these edge segments on the side and bevel them a little bit, and you might want to change the shape a little bit further. So maybe you want to add a loop cut here, maybe you want to bevel that again. You want to play around with this shape a little bit until you get something that you like, but just make sure you don't use too many bevels and too many loop cuts because that's going to turn up your polygon count really high. So now we're going to take the faces from the side and we're going to inset them with I. Delete the faces on the inside. This is where we will later fit the rim. And here's what we're going to do now. We're going to go to side view, and in side view we're going to select 1, 2, 3, 4 face segments here and 4 on the other side. And we want to take the edges from the outside of that little selection. You're going to press Ctrl E, mark seam. If you take the full circle with 128 vertices, now this is 8 vertices, and that's going to give us exactly 1/16 of the entire wheel. So now we press L in face select mode to select all the other faces. You're going to delete them. And here's the beautiful part. Now you go over here to modifiers, you go to add modifier, generate, and you're going to add the array modifier, not the legacy modifier. You need the array modifier. That's the new version that came out in Blender 5.0 or something like that. Set the offset here to 0 because we don't want to stack these. Instead, you want to copy and rotate the instances. So we're going to set the z-axis rotation here to something that fits. And in this case, that's going to be 22.5 because that's 1/16 of a circle. And you want to set the count here to 16 so you fill up the entire circle. And as you can see now, we can only work on one section here, and that will automatically be copied to all the other sections. And that's going to make it a lot easier to texture this thing. So now you want to switch over to the shading tab, and this is where we're going to do some texturing. Make sure you're in material preview for this, and you're going to add a new material to the tire. And then you're going to pull out your folder where you saved your tread texture and your normal map as well. You're going to drag and drop both of these images into your material like this. So first, let's take the texture, not the normal map. We're going to plug color into base color so we can see what's going on. As you can see, it looks pretty shitty, so we have to map this a little bit better. And to do that, we're going to select one of these faces over here in the corner and press U to open the UV mapping menu. You're going to press reset. That's going to reset the shape of the UV map for this little face into just a square, as you can see over here in your UV editor. By default, this thing down here is probably set to image editor. I set mine to UV editor by default because, well, the UV editor is better than the image editor. Anyway, now that we unwrap this one little face, now in face select mode, you're going to press L here. That's going to select all the other faces, but the one which we already unwrapped is going to be the active element because it's white. So now you're going to press U to open up the UV mapping menu again, and you're going to click on follow active quads, click on OK, and that's going to turn all the other faces into little squares as well, but they're all going to keep the relative size and shape compared to this first little face here. And now, as you can see, this UV map is huge, so we want to make it a little bit smaller, and we also want to adjust the shape, well, because the UV map of this tile here is not really supposed to be a square, it's supposed to be a little bit longer. So first of all, let's open up this tread image in the UV editor so we can see what we're doing, and then we're going to scale this way down so it fits one of these patterns here, and also we have to rotate this by minus 90 degrees like this, and scale it up on the x-axis to make it wider, then scale it down on the y-axis to make it shorter. And as you can see now, we're starting to get a nicer shape. So now we just have to make some finer adjustments. You want to place this exactly into the middle of the pattern, and then just carefully adjust the y-axis scale until this looks perfectly seamless. So as you can see now, you can't see any seams. It looks like the pattern is perfect over the entire tire, and now we're getting pretty close. So now we don't really want to use this image to control the base color because we don't want the tire to be black and white. We want the tire to be completely black. Instead, we're going to use this to control how shiny different parts of this tire are going to be, because these ridges in the pattern should be completely black because they're a little bit lower, they're shaded, there's not really any light in there. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to open up the specular menu, and you're going to plug color here into IOR level. And as you can see now, different parts of this tire have a different color. Now currently this is inverted, it doesn't look the way we want it to look. We want the ridges here to be completely black, and then we want these shapes here to be a little bit shiny and reflective. Now, of course, we could just use the invert color node to invert these colors, and that does make it pretty good, but I still want to make the shapes here a little bit less shiny. So instead of just using invert color, I'm going to add a mix color node, place that right here, plug this color into factor, and then plug the result into IOR level. And now what's happening here is that we're replacing the black and white colors from the image texture down here into two colors which we can pick over here. So color A is the color that we want to replace the black areas with, and color B is the color that we want to replace the white areas with. So we want to set the color B to something completely black, because black means low value, that means low IOR, that means not very shiny or reflective. And then we also want to set the A color to some sort of darker gray just to make this look a little bit nicer. And now we're making some progress. So now it's probably time to go object shade smooth. And by the way, if you're a beginner, you might find that I'm moving pretty quickly in this tutorial. That's just because I'm trying to be time efficient and everybody has a different skill level. But if you want to learn more about the tools and techniques which you see me using in this video, I explained every single tool and technique that I ever use in Blender, which I learned over the last 12 years in my Blender Masterclass course. There's a link for that in the description. And in that course, I basically just break down all the tools so you can learn all about them. So when you find a more complex tutorial like this one or something else, it's going to be much easier for you to follow very quickly because you're already going to be familiar with all the tools and features. So anyway, now we're going to move this thing to the side here, and we're going to take our normal map. And when you use normal maps, you always want to set the color space here to non-color, and we have to plug that into normal input here. But before we do that, of course, we have to run that through a normal map node. And when you plug that in, you're going to see we have these little bumps, so we have these special effects on the tire. You probably want to reduce the strength here a little bit to make it look a little bit nicer. So in this case, something like 0.4 or maybe even 0.3 works a lot better. And by the way, the cool part about this texture is that you can just shift this UV map to the side on the x-axis like this, and you can use a completely different pattern. So if we pull it to the side over here, as you can see now, we got a completely different kind of tire. So that's why I like this image. That's why I'll give you the link for that in the description. But like I said, you can probably use AI to generate your own images if you don't want to draw them yourself. It's going to take you quite a while to draw this yourself. So now the tire is ready to go. Now we can quickly put together some sort of a little rim. So I'm just going to make something really simple, and I'm also going to use the same geometry from the outside here. So I'm going to select this edge segment here, press P to separate that by selection, because then it gets duplicated and turned into a new circle. So we're going to scale this down and inwards just a little bit, and then just do a little bit of work to get some kind of a nice shape here. You can use a reference image from Google like I'm using right now. So I'm going to make this in a little time lapse because it's going to take a couple minutes, but it's very simple stuff, so there's not really much to explain here. And I think everybody's going to want to have a different shape for the tire anyway. So I don't really want this to be a rim modeling tutorial. We can do that in a different video if you guys want. Just let me know down in the comments. And of course, it's up to you how detailed you want this tire to be. So mine right now is very high poly. So I probably wouldn't use this for a video game, but it'll be cool for some renders or some animations or something like that. But that's basically how you can make some tires in Blender. And as you can see, this tire tire right now. This is the best part. If we apply the array modifier on the tire, if we merge our vertices by distance, you can check your statistics and the tire only has, well, less than 2,000 edges. Of course, the rim that I made here has like 11,000, but this is not a rim video. This is just a tire video. If you want to make some very cool rims, you can also do those low poly. I just wanted to make something quick right now just for the video. But if you guys want, I can make a separate video where we can make some cool tires like Aston Martin tires, like Lamborghini tires or something like that. Just let me know down in the comments. And also, if you guys want to see more full car modeling tutorials from me, I'm doing a full Aston Martin modeling course on my Patreon page. We got like 30 tutorials on there and I'm still working on it, so you can follow along with me. We're doing the whole damn thing on there step by step, so you guys can see a full slow version of a car modeling tutorial. So make sure you go check that out. There's a link in the description. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel, let me know down below what you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next one.